So, Lexie, since you don't want to listen to me, and I think you just want to annoy me every time I want to teach you, I made this video for you, honey. It's because I love you so much, okay? Well, anyway, honey, I know you just don't want to listen. You just want to annoy me, and I repeat myself, I don't know, 20 times already, you know? But then all your answers like, I don't know. But clearly, honey, I know you want to learn, okay? I know you want to learn. But anyway, so, okay. So, mommy loves science, honey. This is why I'm trying to teach you to. I hopefully, someday you're gonna like it, because you keep trying to tell me like it's gross, everything's gross, but it's not though. If you're gonna think about it, honey, our body is so amazing. You know what I mean? Like mommy's always amazed how things works in our body. Clearly we can see our body like this, but we don't know what's going on inside. That's why like when mommy learns about it, I'm just so amazed, honey. So hopefully you will get interested about it too. So I know your exam will be about cells, okay? So cells, what is cells, honey? So cells is the smallest unit of life. And always remember, all living things, all organisms, honey, are made up of cells, okay? So, and the cells, honey, the parts of the cells, they have the parts of the cells. They call it organelles, okay? Not organelles. Because I think you are getting confused with the organ and organelles. But anyway, so organelles. So mommy wrote down some of the organelles about the cell. So hopefully, honey, you're really gonna learn and you're gonna pass on this exam. Because if not, you're never gonna get your phone, my love. Here we go. Let's talk about mitochondria. Okay, so mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and also it supplies energy to the cell, okay? So how will mommy remember this one? Okay, so I was like reading it. I said, it's a powerhouse of the cell. Okay, so let's think about it, honey. If it says powerhouse of the cell and it says mitochondria, I was just thinking immediately mighty, okay? So like for example, let's talk about superhero like Superman. Okay, so they have power, they have, what do you call this one, like energy to be like a superhero. So that's why I was thinking about mitochondria. It's like the powerhouse of the cell, okay? And this one supplies energy to the cell, honey. Remember all the time, you don't have energy, honey, you won't be able to move. Like mommy have a hypothyroidism and mommy don't have energy all the time. You know what I mean? And it sucks when you don't have energy all the time. So anyway, so that's how I'm gonna remember it, right? The mitochondria with the mighty mitochondria. Well, you told me about your mito, okay? You said like it's mito, but all the time remember with the mitochondria, it's the powerhouse of the cell. Remember that, powerhouse of the cells. Next, cytoplasm. Well, okay, so let's do like this, because I realized that if you're gonna do it front, how the way I wrote it, you won't be able to read it. So let's do the backward. Isn't it amazing? Okay, so cytoplasm, let's see, is the gel-like materials that fills all the space in the cells surrounding, and in the cell surrounding the parts of the cell. Okay, honey. Wait, I was getting confused on what I just wrote. But anyway, so what I remember about the cytoplasm, let's see, it's the gel. They say it's kind of like a fluid, you know what I mean? Like, I think you told me about it, that it's where the cells chill. Is that what you're trying to tell me? But you know what? Mommy, remember the cytoplasm is like, honey, like for example, like in the bathtub. And then you put toys in the bathtub, honey, right? So if you're not gonna put water, if you're not gonna put gel, let's think about it. The gel, cytoplasm is gel, just in case you forgot. So kind of like jello, you know, like if you don't put any water or jello or something, no, not jello, the gel, you know, your toy's not gonna be floating. It will just gonna be like left on the bottom of the tub. So it's not really gonna do anything, right? Well, if you put water on it, it goes up and then it floats. So this is kind of like the same thing, honey, with the cytoplasm. So it fills up the spaces, honey, in the cell. You know, like it fills up the spaces on the cell. Just remember that, so that the cells can move around and they can chill. Like you said, they can chill. Okay, remember the cytoplasm, it's the gel like fluid, honey. You know, think about when you put like I said, when you put the toys on the bathtub, and then if you're not gonna be putting water inside the bathtub, your toys will just gonna be like at the bottom. It's not gonna float, it's not gonna be like moving, they can't move around. So like, well, if you put water, they can move around, they can do their things, they can chill, whatever they want to do. Okay, that's cytoplasm. Remember, cyto. Now let's talk about cell membrane. Okay, so you can read that one. So cell membrane is the outer layer of the cell that keeps bad things out of the cell and allow good things to go in. And also, honey, it keeps cytoplasm from spilling out of the cell. Okay, this is connected to with the cytoplasm, which is the cytoplasm is a gel fluid. Okay, remember that one. Well, so how will mommy remember the cell membrane? Think about this, honey. When you are like, but remember this is the outer layer, okay? It's the outer layer of the cell. It's not the inside, it's the outer layer. So it prevents the, you know, like it keeps bad things out and then of the cell and allow good things to go in. So what I remember thinking about this, honey, well, if you're in the house, you don't want any bad people to come in, right? So you need something to protect you, you know. So cell membrane is the one who's gonna be like telling these bad people will be out, the good people, like daddy, because daddy is the one who's feeding us. Remember that cell membrane. Okay, it keeps the bad things out and it keeps and allow the good things to go in. Okay, remember cell membrane with daddy. Next, what is this? Nuclear membrane. Okay, so nuclear membrane surrounds and protects the nucleus and also controls material moving in and out of the nucleus. It also called the gatekeeper of nucleus. So this one we're talking about the nuclear, honey. Okay, so if you're gonna think about it, the cell membrane is kind of, you know, they kind of similar, but that cell is the one like they're talking about the cell. This one is the nuclear, so you should remember that. Okay, so this one controls what goes in and out, you know, kind of like think about the door, honey. Like it says, it's a gatekeeper. Okay, so it allows you, you know, like moving and out of the nucleus. It allows the nucleus to go inside the house or outside the house. It allows kind of like, just think about it like a door, okay, with the cell membrane. But they were, I mean, no, sorry, with the nuclear membrane, but they are talking about nucleus, okay. Since we're talking about nucleus, we're gonna talk about it now. So Lexie, I hope you're never gonna do a mistake on this one, because nucleus, always remember, it's the brain of the cell. It controls all the cell's activities. You know, it's the big boss. Like, mommy, I'm the boss in the house. When I told you to do something, like for example, watch these videos and get 100 on your exam, you need to do it, right? So think about the nucleus, honey. Think about your mommy, the boss. I'm only kidding, but think about it. And the nucleus is the brain of the cell. Like for example, our brain. So our brain, we're gonna tell us like, Lexie, tell your mommy that you love her, and you're gonna tell it to me, okay? Remember, the nucleus is the brain of the cell. Okay, next, this is a lot. Ribosomes, honey, ribosomes. Okay, so the ribosomes are like tiny factories in the cell. It makes proteins to help repair damaged cells. So honey, like even in my when I was in nursing school, I remember proteins all the time. You need proteins to heal your wound. So with ribosomes, just think about the proteins, okay? We need proteins in our body, honey, but proteins also help repair the damage on the cell. You should always remember with the ribosomes, with the R. So ribo, I don't know how you're gonna connect it with something. Maybe connect it with Rhea because she's your friend, okay? With R, Rhea, and maybe like think about it that it makes proteins to help repair damaged cells, okay? And also, honey, the ribosomes are like tiny factories in the cell, okay? It's like tiny factories, like, you know, like if you have factories like to do your iPhone, honey, which is you love so much, think about it too, okay? Ribosomes. I hope you're gonna remember all of this. Okay, Golgi bodies, honey, Golgi bodies. So Golgi bodies, it prepares and packages proteins in the cell for specific jobs so that the ER can transport them. Okay. So the Golgi bodies, honey, like for example, I was thinking about with the Golgi bodies, I connected it with when mommy's selling on eBay stuff, you know what I mean? So I package it and, you know, prepares, but this one is only working for the proteins, honey. So this one prepares and packages proteins in the cell for a specific job, okay? So that the ER, which is, I know you know about it because we talk and you were joking about ER, something about emergency room or a comfort room. That's what you were trying to tell me, but that was wrong, okay? So with this one, honey, it's like I keep repeating myself, it prepares and packages proteins in the cell for specific jobs so that the ER can transport them, okay? So just think about the Golgi bodies. It's like Lola helps you prepares for your food and put all your what do you call this one, all your stuff for school together. Mommy does that too, okay? And then but this one does the proteins. Remember with these Golgi bodies, it's about proteins, Lexie. And then you know, like just they did the specific job so that this one, which is endoplasmic reticulum, can transport them, you know, like the brain will say like, oh, bring it somewhere here, bring it there, because that one needs things, you know what I mean? So with ER, okay, endoplasmic reticulum, this is so easy, honey. If you're gonna get this wrong too, I'll be crying. So this is like a transportation of the cells, and also it moves materials around the cells, okay? It's like manufacturing and packaging system. So with the endoplasmic reticulum, with the ER, okay, so mommy, like think about it like emergency room, but you know, like it doesn't really, I think it's not really it doesn't connect on how the way I want to tell it to you. But so when mommy read this one, honey, what I think is like ER, endoplasmic reticulum, with the emergency room, you know, when there's a sick people, like you really need to bring them, transport them to the emergency room, you know, this is the one that you need to use, okay? But this one is a transportation of the cell. Easy, honey, transportation, like mommy will bring you to school, mommy will bring you to go shopping like you always do now. You're getting expensive, kiddo. Okay, so what else? Vacuoles, honey. What is vacuoles? Storage for water, food, and chemicals in the cell, okay? So this one is easier to, babe, because when you see vacuoles, remember with refrigerator, ref can be your storage for water and food, okay? Vacuoles, connect it with ref, okay, honey? This one. And you got lysosomes too. which is, they call it the trash can of the cells. So it gets rid of waste. Okay, honey? And lysosomes is so easy, like your teacher said. I was just listening, and I really like your teacher, honey, because she gives you a hint on how to memorize this stuff, honey. And I really like it because it makes my life easier. Because like if I need to remember it, honey, I can just get it, you know, like with these lysosomes, when she said like connect it with Lysol, which is like it cleans, honey, it cleans. So this one help you cleanse the cell. Okay, that was easy. Cell wall. Okay, cell wall is only in plant cells, honey. Cell wall is only in plant cells. And also this one is extra layer of protection for plant cells. So this cell walls is easy. Okay, so I think that's it. Levels of organization, which is, I think, you know, like the cell, and then tissue, and then turn into organs, and then organ systems, right? Okay, please get just even like 80, honey. I'll be happy. No, don't make it 80. 90 will be good. Okay, I love you.